Welcome to my YouTube Live clinic. If you want to be a Mahjong Maverick, you're welcome to join us today and learn something new. We can help you improve your skills, and play practice is easy on I Love Maj. Whether you're a beginner or looking for advanced strategies or brushing up, I'll be sure to share something for you. We're using the 2022 National Mahjong League card today, and you can purchase that on my website. I'll pop it in the link or the chat, sorry, or you can happy to let you know that I Love Maj has given us some new a code for 3 weeks for trial, and this is based off of their normal 2 weeks. They're giving us an extra week. So I'll also pop that in the chat. Feedback is welcome in the chat with your thoughts and opinions on how we should play. And also, let's get started with the wonderful features of I Love Maj. What I love most about playing on this site is that you don't need a big chunk of time. You can just pop in and play on the exercise room or do something for a few minutes while you're waiting for your dinner to pop out of the oven, or waiting to pick up your kid from school. It's an easy site to go in and out of. You're going to be in I Love Maj. It's ilovemahj.com. And we're going to click on play, and you're going to hit game launch. When you're in game launch, you're going to go down to the exercise room, and you're going to pick Charleston Practice. Last week we did make a hand. If you'd like to see that video, please look in the chat or the description, and you can go back and look at the previous videos from the weeks before. Today we're going to go into the Charleston Practice, and we're going to hit start exercise. You can pick a hand, and then when you pick something, you can see, give yourself a hand, and you can help yourself reveal hand suggestions. But first I'd like to pick a hand and then look. So let's go ahead and pick a category, and we're going to sort by suit. So I'll give you a chance to look at this and let me know what hand do you think we should play. And I typically pick by category first. So let's think about this. We have 2 Norths and 2 6. That's where I usually pick by pairs. That's where I usually start. So I have 2 pairs of Norths and 2 6. So I think I'm going to play, I have a lot of wins. Maybe we could play a consecutive run with 5, 6, 7 in the wins and dragons category. So let's get rid of the 1 crack, the 9 dot. I kind of like these 7s also. Maybe get rid of the dragon. Oh, I'm sorry, we can get rid of the 1 crack. That's what I said originally. 1 bam, 9 dot, and 1 crack. And I can hit pass. Let me know in the chat if this is what you would have done. Again, this is just practice. We're actually not going to play a full game until later, but I'm just showing you the features of I Love Maj. Again, we get a free trial. If you put in the code CB when you register, you get a free extra week. So it's perfect to practice on, and there's no obligation. It's just to log in. So let's hit pass. Kathleen had asked about, do I worry about passing like numbers? I do, Kathleen. We could take back the 1 bam. This is just practice, but yes, it's a good thought. So based on that, Kathleen, let's take back the 1 bam and we'll get rid of the red. I was trying to figure out, I like to hold on to everything that's in the category. And so there are dragons in the wins and dragons category, so that's why I originally picked the 1 bam. But you made a good point that we should send all different things and not the same number. You're absolutely correct. So let's pass. And look at what we got, Kathleen. We got some dragons. So I'm going to do the 9 bam, the 1 crack, and I'm still going to keep my 6s. Maybe we'll get that red dragon back that we just passed. So let's give up on the 7 bam right now. Actually, I don't like passing the same suit either. So let's give up 7 dot. We picked up a west. So let's get rid of the 9, 2, and 7 bam. And we can just hit the space bar. This is a great feature on the site. If you're on your laptop, you hit the space bar and the 3 tiles just pop in. We picked up an east, so it looks like we're going more towards the winds, maybe getting rid of these numbers, and we have some dragons. I have not picked a hand yet, but I have plenty to pass, and I'm going to continue with the Charleston. If you want to pop in the chat and possibly let me know what tiles you would pass, I'm definitely going to continue, so I'll hit continue. And now we're on our second left, so let's pick 3 tiles. I would love to see what tiles you would pick, and then I'll let you know mine. So I think we're all in agreement that we're going to do the 7 dot and 3 crack. Now the decision is, do we give up on the 1 hand, which is the 5th one down, where it's north and south with a run, or east and west right underneath that with a run? Now, I personally am going to give up on them because we have 2 norths and 2 easts, and it either needs to be north and south or east and west. So in order to think ahead, I'm going to break up my 6s and get rid of it. And we picked up another west, and now we have a 9 dot, a 7, and we can either get rid of the 9 or the 6. Let's do the 6, even though this is consecutive. Either one would be a good choice, so let's pass. Now we got a 9 bam, a 5, and a 2. And I'm still holding out, hoping we can get some of the dragons back, and we can play maybe that closed hand in Winds and Dragons. Courtesy pass. I'm going to pass 3 tiles, the 8, the 7, and the 9. Now it did reveal what hand I should play, and they are looking at the one I mentioned, which is the concealed hand. Now it's a concealed hand in singles and pairs, or you can play the concealed hand in Winds and Dragons. Now I would possibly keep my hand open to any hand in Winds and Dragons, and so you might also want to play just all dragons or just all winds. We'll have to see what tiles you would receive during the game. Now this is just practice. It says I have 9 tiles towards Mahjong, which is a great beginning. I did it in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So you can replay this and do it again and pick different tiles if you think, or you can just go ahead and start a new Charleston. So let's go ahead and start a new Charleston and see how we do with the next one. So we're going to sort by suit again. Wow, look at all those flowers. That's something. And we have East with 5 bams. I sure wish we had the card from last year, because I think there was a quint with flowers, East, and 5 bams with any wind, with any number, but not this year. So we're going to have to do, let's stick with 5s. I'm thinking, anybody have a suggestion? Yes, let's get rid of the 9, the 6, and the 8. What's awesome about this program, it does provide as some great statistics like we just saw. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to pick flowers, East, and 5 and see if we get more 5s, and maybe we can play a hand with like numbers, but that would mean getting rid of all our flowers. There is 2 hands in the Winds and Dragons section, line number 2 and line number 3 with flowers. Let's see what we get. If you weren't sure where you wanted to play, you can do reveal, which I missed in the last thing to show you. Let's see what they would suggest. They're saying we can play 3 flowers, the number 5, with 3 flowers and the number 5. They've completely given up on east, and that's 8 tiles towards that. This is really great feature of this. It tells you how many tiles you have towards that specific hand. The second hand they suggest is playing 2 numbers in a row. So it could be 3 flowers with the number 4, with 3 flowers with the number 5 in a different suit. So we could keep this 4. And by clicking on it, it will also shift your tiles to tell you which ones to keep. And it shows the hand up here, how it's built. So those are your 2 top hands that have 8 tiles, which is using the most of your tiles. Then it even suggests some more. So right now, we only have to have 3 tiles. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to pass the next 3 tiles here at the end. And I'm going to hit the space bar. Now we picked up a 1, 2 in south. Now we picked up another wind. I'm just curious to see if they say we should still stay with either like numbers or 4, 5 if they've moved now to a wind's hand. Nope, they're still saying those 2 categories. They're not even considered winds. So let's get rid of the last 3. And again, this is how you could use it. I would use it as a thought process for yourself. And I just realized I hit pass without passing the tile, so I did a blind pass. But anyway, you can use the suggestions after you do your own thought process to see if they say something different. So let's continue with the Charleston, and we'll hit continue.
Second Charleston.
And we're going to do the last 3 tiles. And it's a 1, 2 in south. And actually, I'm going to swap out the south and do the east because I want to set myself up for the next pass. I don't want to pass 2 east. I picked up a red dragon and a 5. Now we have 2 5s, so now we're looking more towards 3 flowers, 4 5s, a Kong, 3 flowers, a Pung, and 4 5s. But we still don't have to make a decision. We can get rid of the last 3 tiles, or we can keep the red and do like numbers. There's a like numbers hand, the bottom hand, there's 2 flowers, which would mean getting rid of some of our flowers, and the number 5, but this is the wrong dragon, so maybe we can do this. Let's do the last 3 tiles. Now we have a 1 bam, an 8 bam, and a north. That seems fine to let go. And this is our last right.
Courtesy pass.
The courtesy pass, we can choose any tiles we'd like, either no tiles or 3, and it's also based on the person across from us. The person with the least amount they've chosen is the one who will win. So if the person across from me says 2 and I say 3, we will only do 2. But today we're going to do 3. We have plenty to pass. And I'm actually going to do an east, a 3, and a south. And just before we do that, let's do our reveal your hand and see what other suggestions they say. They're still on the first, actually we have more tiles towards the like numbers with flowers. And then we also have 8 tiles towards the number 4 with 3 flowers and 3 flowers and a Kong of 5. So we're still in between 2 hands, but we're leaning more towards like numbers. Again, I don't think we beat our time. I think I talked too much in this one, but our time took 5 minutes and 38 seconds. And it tells us this is the hand that they're suggesting we play, and we had 9 tiles for it. So it provides great statistics of what you can actually play and how many tiles towards it. And it's just a good learning practice. Let's do one more, and then we'll get into playing a game. So we're going to click new tiles, or we could have replayed and seen if we made different choices. But we're going to do next with new tiles. So again, sort by suit. And wow, we have no pairs is usually what I look to. So I would love for you to share what hand you would pick based on what's available. Please type it in the chat for those of you who are watching. And I'm going to put in the chat, if I can get there. Again, this is a new platform for me, so it's quite interesting. I'm going to put in the chat where you can, let me see if I can get the chat up here. I got it, so here we go. Put in the chat where you can purchase a set. And also the link to ilovemahj with a discount. Just give me a sec. It's all a learning tool here for me. Hopefully that works for everyone. And we'll get out there. Okay, let's see. Back to our game. Okay, so let's see what some people, so let's sort by rank. Let's see what that looks like in case you wanted to see, you're not sure which way to go. So let's sort. We have a lot of 1s, 3s, 5s, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9 in different suits. So we actually have a lot of low numbers, and they actually happen to be all odds. So let's look at the odd category, and we have 6 and 8 that we might not use. And let's see, we need 3 tiles. That's all we have to come up with. I don't want to pick a hand yet, but maybe we can get rid of the 1 dot because we have the 1 bam, 3 bam, and 5 bam all in one suit, and maybe that would be best. So let's get rid of the 6, 8, and 1. So let's click, before we click pass, let's see what they suggest because we picked our category as odds. And they're suggesting that we play 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which is the odds category, the 4th line, which is one of my favorite lines, which would mean that we need to keep this 1, so I can pull that back, and we can get rid of this 1, because it would be 1 and 9 with the same suit and a single 3, a single 5, and a single 7. So the next one they said you can completely change categories and do 3, 6, 9, but I'm liking the odds. So let's pass the evens of 8, 6, and the 1 odd of 1 crack. Let's close this and let's pass. We picked up a pair of 6s. So again, let's keep the odds and get rid of the east, the 6 crack. And I don't think we're going to be using the white dragon. And the reason why I say that, the only hand that uses dragons in 1, 3, 5 is the 5th line down, and it has to be a matching dragon. And we have all different suits here. So let's get rid of the white dragon. We can double check again if they're still suggesting that hand, and they are. So let's go ahead and pass. Our first left, this is where I made the error before, you can pass 0 to 3 tiles. You must always pass 3, but you can do a blind pass. So for example, if I wanted, we got a 1 dot, yay for us. If I wanted to just pass the 1 crack and the 6 bam, I can do so and do what's called a blind pass, which means I'm stealing or borrowing a tile from the tiles coming into me without looking at them and passing them along. But we have plenty to pass right now. I'm probably going to get rid of the 9 bam because the other hand I have in mind is line number 1, the second half, where it'd be 1, 3 in bams, and then 5 in cracks, and 7 and 9 in dots. Again, before we pass, let's take a peek of what they say. They're still stuck on that 1 hand, or they said now they've kind of switched a little bit. They said you also can play 1, 3, 3, 5, which would be 1, 3 in bams, and then 3, 5 in cracks, which we don't have any yet, but let's see what happens. And so we're going to pass on our first left. We did not receive anything. Hello, Linda, welcome. We are going to continue the Charleston. At this point, if we had a really great hand, I would stop, but we don't. We are going to continue.
Second Charleston.
So we're going to pass the 7, 8, and 1. And this is our second left. We didn't pick up anything. We can pass the 6, west, and 8 for our across. And we did not pick up any additional tiles. So we can pass for our last right, the 1 crack, 6 bam, and south.
Courtesy pass.
Our final courtesy, before we do that, let's take a peek and make sure we're still in the right direction. You want to reveal what hand they're suggesting on the top left here. And they're still on that first one where we have 8 tiles towards it, because remember, we do have jokers we can use to fill in for the 1s, the 9s, and the flowers. So we're still on a good path. We have all these tiles to the right that we could get rid of. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to pass, I'm only going to pass 2 tiles. And the reason for that is I'm also looking at that first hand in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, where it's a pair of 1 bams with a pung of 3 bams, with a kong of 5 cracks, with a pung of 7 dots, and a pair of 9 dots. So that leaves me with east and 2 8s, and I don't like to pass 2 8s, even though they're different suits. So I'm only going to pass 2 tiles and give an east and an 8. And then we get back, a 9, 7, and 8. So we're still in the lineup for that 4th line down in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And we still have opportunities to maybe play the first hand, the second part. And we have 2 tiles that I would get rid of right on the onset of the game. I would get rid of the 8 dot first before the 9 bam. I always prioritize my discards. Now we're in the exercise room, so this was just to learn the Charleston, to practice. I can continue by hitting next and getting a new group of 13 tiles. But we're going to get out of this and we're going to go into playing a game. So we're going to exit on the top right. And this is a great feature because, like I said, you can hop on and practice just a little bit doing the Charleston and increase your speed. I actually went down in speed because I was talking a little bit, but I think my first one we did 5, 5, 5, and 7. But you want to obviously get faster and just keep practicing making good choices. So now let's go scroll up to the top and we're going to go into Game Launchpad. Today we're going to play with the bots, but you're more than welcome to get online, schedule a game with friends, or play online with other players, or play at a personal table where you set up your own table. So we're going to do, and then you can play with the bots, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to just for fun game where you don't get to keep track of all the wins. But today we're going to do official game, and then you have your bot levels. You can do standard, intermediate, and advanced. And to find out the difference between them, you can click on this button, and it's learn about the bots. We're going to do standard today, and I urge you to increase your bot level so that you get better. So we're going to launch the game. And then it says, are you open to live games? And I'm going to say no, because I don't want somebody to come in while we're practicing. And then it asks, what card are you playing? You want to make sure you're using the 2022 card. You can change it by clicking on this button. It also asks how long you want the timer for. You can start with 10 seconds. You can turn it off. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to turn it off. I'll play our last game with it on to show you some other features. But today we're going to turn off. Again, if I was practicing personally without doing the live stream, I would have it on 4 seconds so I can make my decisions quick. You might want to start out with 10 seconds and then maybe every other day decrease it so that you keep making your decisions. Hit OK. You can change your bot level. We did that at the beginning, but you can also change it here if you forgot to change it. You could change your color theme. I think in some of the other videos I had Midnight Sky. I'll just show you that real quick. Or you could do Forest Trail. I'm going to still, out of the blue is what we're currently using, so I'm going to click on that. That's just a personal preference. And then finally, you can change your tiles. I'm using the standard tiles today. If you needed help in seeing with a little bit more, you can do large print. They also have these fun Mahjong tiles that are from the Mahjong line. I would say this is for someone who maybe has been playing a while and wants to have just a fun looking tile. They are unique in their design. They're a little more new aged. So let's stick with the classic today and click OK. So now we're all ready. We set up our game, and clearly you do not have to do this every time you go in. Once you set up your preferences, they will stay, and then you can just hit start game. I was just going through them today to show you their features.
First, Charleston.
I urge anybody who wants to join and put their information in the chat if they would like to share any thoughts on my game. And we're all here to learn from each other. So I might miss something, and it's, I'm trying to run the program and talk. So if you can share any of your thoughts, I would love it. Everybody learns from each other. This game has 2 features. You could sort by suit or sort by rank. I typically sort by suit. The next thing I do is I look for my pairs, and we're starting off with 3 cracks and 6 bams as our pairs. And we have also 8 cracks. So we could play 5, 6, 7, 8. We could play 3, 6, 9. So let me know what your thoughts are and what you want to do, how you want to play this hand. Again, the way I believe the thought process is there is no right or wrong way to play. If all of us sat in front of this hand, everyone would pick a different category. It's just making the decisions based on whatever category you are in. I would just focus on that category and collect towards that category. I would love to know what category you would pick. So if you want to pop in the chat and pick a category, that would be great. Linda said she'd like 3, 6, 9. I agree, Linda. I like that also. But again, we could do some sort of consecutive run if somebody sees that. Okay, let's try we'll go with Linda's suggestion and also my thoughts of 3, 6, 9. So we're going to pull all the tiles that aren't in the 3, 6, 9 category to the right. So let's do that. I have not picked a hand yet. I'm just looking at the tiles. You can prioritize your discards. So I would think we're going to play 3, 6, 9, but just in case we have 7, 8, 9, but that would mean giving up 2 pairs. We could do 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe we'll keep this 7. We'll just prioritize and maybe keep all the cracks. Let's see what this leaves us with: a 2, an 8, and a 9. But I would keep this 9 because that is in our category. So now we're down to an 8, a 2, and a 5. I think that's perfect to pass. You have an odd and an even, and you have 3 different suits. So let's go ahead and pass the last 3 tiles. And in this program, the great feature is if you're on a laptop or your personal computer, you can just hit the space bar and they'll pop right in, as long as they're the last 3 tiles. We're on our first right, so we're passing 3 tiles to the right. We did not get anything towards 3, 6, 9. We did get the white dragon. We can keep that. And I think at this point, let's focus on 3, 6, 9 and keep the white dragon, because in the category of 3, 6, 9 is dragons, and there is a hand with opposite dragons that might work out. So let's hold on to that. Let's get rid of the 7, south, and 1. And just thinking ahead, I do have these 2 8s, which I could hold on to, but if the next 3 tiles I want to keep, I might want to break up the 8s. So let's do that and maybe switch out the 7. And now we have south, 8, and 1, so let's pass that. I have a green dragon, which I could keep. And now we have a north, 5, and 8. And the reason why I'm not passing the 7 is just, again, 7 and 5 is in the same category. I always try to make a pass better, and it would be better if we pass the 8. This is our first left, so let's do the 8, 5, and north. We are now going into the second part of the Charleston. At this point, we could stop the game and not continue with the Charleston, but because I don't have a set hand yet, I'm going to continue. We have 3 tiles to pass. Now these tiles are not great, but we do have 3 that we don't need. So let's continue. And when I say they're not great, they're setting up someone else's hand. So can we make it better? Maybe. But for now, this is our second left. Let's just do the 7, 7, and 8. We picked up 6s. Wow, we picked up some nice 6s. Let's put them in where they belong. And that will leave us now with green dragons, the white, and the east. We only have 1 tile. Now we are in the second across in the second part of the Charleston. We have to pass 3. So looking at the hands now, we have to determine what hand we'd like to play. Using the most of our pairs, there is immediately I'm drawn to the second hand from the bottom in 3, 6, 9, where it's 2 flowers, which we don't have, but that doesn't mean we can't get them because there's 8 of them. It's 3, 6, 9 in one suit, and then 3s in another. And remember, these don't have to be 3s, but in our case, they will be. There's also the hand with opposite dragons, which would not use these green dragons. We would need the white. And there's also 3, 6, 9 in 3 different suits. And then there's I call it the simple hand, where it's 3, 6, 6, 9. I'm tempted to get rid of the last 3, but I would love for you to share what your thoughts are on what hand that you might play. We can't play them all. We have to get down to a couple. But again, you don't have to choose a specific hand. So I'd love for you to pop it in the chat on which one you would, which tiles you would get rid of. Okay, we're going to move forward, and I think we're going to stick with the last three I have. So I have one green dragon, the soap, and the east, because we have to continue with the Charleston. And we're going to hit pass. Fantastic, we picked up the 9 and the 3. And again, we're still not 100% sure what hand we're playing. We're on the last right, and this is a great time to use a blind pass. A blind pass is where you can pass less than 3 tiles and blindly take 1 or 2 or 3 coming into you during the Charleston. We have 2 tiles for sure I know we're not using, and I popped the 9 in by accident. And so I'm going to use it for the blind pass, and I'm only going to do 2. And Dottie is the person on my left is giving me 3, and I will blindly take 1 and slide it over so that Marjorie could make sure that she has her 3 tiles. And then I will take 2 from Dottie and put them in my hand. I only gave up 2. Let's do the blind pass.
Courtesy pass.
And we did not pick up anything. So in the courtesy pass, we can do no tiles or up to 3. I'm going to do just 2 tiles. And I'm going to pop those in and pass. We picked up a 5 in east, and again, I would prioritize my discards. And right now, I don't have anything I'm sure of a 3, 6, or 9 that I'm ready to get rid of. So let's start with the east, and here we go in the game. We have 99 tiles that we start with to decide on what hand we're going to play, and we're going to let it form itself. And right now, you do have to hit ignore for every tile, but that's a great thing because it makes you think of the tile. The computer doesn't have to think for you. It's a great thinking game. We can keep this white dragon over the 5 and get rid of the 5 bam.
6 dot.
Now the 6 dot we can't call, we only have 1.
2 dot. West.
And I know we have the joker, but that was the first 6 dot put out, and I'm not even sure what hand we're playing yet.
Bam call. Green.
Hopefully we'll get a 4 bam and we can do a joker swap.
2 dot.
Now we have a 3 dot. I was just thinking, there's the closed hand in singles and pairs, which would be an interesting hand to play. We could try it. The only thing is we have a joker. Do you think we should try it, everyone? The closed hand? Let me know your thoughts. Because now is a decision. Actually, we don't have to make a decision. Something to think about. Let me know in the chat. We don't need this white dragon. I'm going to get rid of it. But let me know if we should play the concealed hand in singles and pairs. I always love to challenge myself, and especially when practicing. Why not?
Green.
Oh, we picked up a flower now. We could possibly play the closed hand in 3, 6, 9. It would be a single 3. We'd be giving up on this. I don't know if I want to do that. I personally like using the most of my multiples. We could do 3, 6 in 3 different suits with the 9. Anybody else see something that I'm missing? And just in case this hand doesn't come in, let's think of what else we can play. There's always the simple hand of 3, 6 in 2 suits, line number 1, with 6 and 9 in the other. I think that would be a good choice. I'm going to let this 9 crack go.
9 crack.
And you see, I'm on no time right now, and I did this because I'm speaking, teaching you, and the timer didn't run out, so I had lots of time to think. Now this 4, Quentin across might use it, so let's get rid of the 4 crack. Let's see what happens with Quentin. Nope, he didn't need it. Usually you can figure out the person's hand when they expose 2 exposures. It's a little difficult with only 1 exposure up. Let's get rid of the 4. And again, prioritize your discards.
Flower.
And you don't get rid of anything until you have to.
So. 4 dot. 7 bam. Joker swap. 1 crack.
Oh, we missed the joker. Somebody else got it. Oh, we got another flower. So we're in the lineup for the 3rd hand down, which is a pung of flowers, a Kong of 3s, a pung of 6s, which we have, and a Kong of 9s. So let's get rid of this 3 dot.
3 dot. 9 crack. 4 crack. South. 7 dot. 2 crack.
I don't put my jokers in until I know I have to use them. Oh boy, now we're getting our 3s here. 3, 6, 6, 9. I'm still gonna stick with this 3, 6, 9 because that's using, I do 3, 6. Let me know what you would do. Would you break up that pung or not? Hard choice. You can do 3, 6, 6, 9, but you need Kongs of 6s and 9s. And there's 1 6 dot already out. Or we can stick with the 2 flowers, 3, 6, 9, and use these. It's hard to break these up. I feel awful. Let's get rid of this 6 dot. Let's see what happens.
6 dot. 9 dot.
This is the first 9 dot to go. I'm going to let it go. I don't want to reveal my hand just yet.
Bam. South. 1 crack. West. 1 crack. 8 dot. 1 dot. 2 bam. Mah Jongg.
Oh, they got it before us. So one of the great features of this, they do show each of the hands. And what I love about the game is that it does show you what line. Before I look at this, though, I usually try to figure out the line so I can start learning the hands. So this is Quentin across from us, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. He had 4 jokers. Lucky him. And he had it in 2 different suits. Line number 3. Marjorie over here was playing consecutive run, line number 5, and she was playing 5, 6, 7, 8 in 2 different suits, so the second half. Remember, in consecutive run, it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, Marjorie was playing 5, 6, 7, 8. She had some flowers that she was going to get rid of, which is interesting. And then over here, Dottie was playing the odds, but the upper odds, 5, 7, 9 in 2 different suits, and a pung of 5s, a pung of 7s, a Kong of 7s, a pung of 9s. She had a long way to go. So clearly Quentin won because he had all these jokers, but we had a nice hand developing here. It would break my heart that we had to get rid of these, but sometimes it just happens. Another nice feature of the game is it will show your remaining tiles to see how, we were maybe halfway through the game, what's left in the walls. And then it also shows your discards. You might have said, oh darn, did I miss one of my discards? And so it shows you that also. And you could say, oh, I didn't call that 9. Did I miss the other 9? So there was only 1 9 dot that was there. I would have moved over my joker, and the next 9 dot I would call. The reason why I didn't call it first was because I don't like putting out my jokers and letting somebody else take it. So we can close this, and I did get a little late start today. We started at 3:15, so I usually do it for an hour. We can start our next game, and I can hit start next game. Now, if I wanted to, I could exit the game. Maybe we'll do that first. And I could change this to an intermediate level. or I could change any of my features that I wanted. So maybe I don't like the theme color anymore. It's driving my eyes crazy, or it's too bright. I can do pink. I could change my tiles. It's really a great game to change what your preferences are. Maybe we'll do gray. Today's raining here where I am, so let's do gray. So, and we can do a timer. I'm going to put the timer on. I'm going to do 10 seconds just to show you a feature in here also. So let's start game. We're going to sort by suit. We're going to look at our pairs. Again, we have 3s and 9s, so I'm thinking 3, 6, 9. Sometimes you just get the same tiles all the time, as you know when you play your live game. So if we're going to keep 3s and 9s, let's get rid of all the numbers that don't fit in the 3, 6, 9 section. And again, if you were sick of playing 3, 6, 9, you can play 9s, you can play odds, whatever you want to do. I'm going to get rid of an 8, maybe a 5, so you have an odd and an even in 2 different suits. And normally I would try to do a crack suit here, but we don't have one, so let's do a 1. I'm going to get rid of the last 3 tiles. Sorry, no, I'm not. I realize this is a 3. Excuse me. I'm going to get rid of, I always keep my dragons because dragons are in every category as long as I can. Let's get rid of the last 3 tiles. Remember, hit the space bar. And I'm going to hit pass. Oh, we picked up another 9 and the matching dragon. So there's a hand, 3, 6, 9 with matching dragons with flowers, which is the 4th line down. So we could get rid of the 7, and let's get rid of this 3 and this 9. Right, if we did 3, 6, 9, yeah, let's do that. Picked up a 9. Now, I only have 2 tiles that I really want to get rid of, but I'd rather commit to a hand and continue with the Charleston in the hopes that I pick up more tiles. So I'm going to commit at this point. It's a little early to commit, but we're almost there. I'm going to commit to 3, 6, 9 with the matching dragons and 2 flowers, which is the 4th line down in 3, 6, 9. So let's continue, and we're going to do second left with a 9, 1, and 5. We didn't pick up anything, so I think what I'm going to do is get rid on this over the 9, 8, and north. I don't like passing 2 tiles of the same suit numerically, nor a pair, and not a true pair, the same number 8s in 2 different suits. Wow, we picked up the 3 and the 6. Yay for us. I am on the beginner, so it is quite a little bit easier. So normally you should probably play intermediate if you've been playing a while. I don't pass flowers, so let's just pass 2 tiles. We're on the last right, and we can only pass 2 if we wish and do a blind pass, as I mentioned earlier. So let's just pass 2.
Courtesy pass.
We got an 8 and a 9, which we don't need, so let's do 2 tiles. I'm not going to pass that flower, and I'm passing 2. And we got an 8 and a 9 back. One of the things I will share with you during the game is some 2 features. So let's go ahead and get rid of the 8 first. So this timer keeps running. If you had to get up or you had to think a little bit, you can hit pause. And it will pause until you release one of your tiles. That is an awesome feature. That is just like when you're playing in the game and you tell the table to hold. Wait a minute, I need to think. So that is so awesome. You're not committed to that 10 seconds. I urge you to continue to try to play and make a decision within 10 seconds. but sometimes you do need extra time. So great feature for this platform. So let's ignore the 4 bam. I don't think we want it, and the timer will start back up again. 9 bam we don't need.
9 bam, 8 dot. East.
We need some jokers would be nice.
8 crack, 4 bam, 8 dot.
So we're ready to call on the 9 dots. We're ready to call on our white dragons.
9 crack, 1
Our 3s, actually, I just realized we have too many 3s, so we can pull that over.
6 bam. South. West. 3 bam. 9 dot. Green.
And then they're keeping track of your tiles here on the right.
3 crack. Green. North. 5 dot. East. 5 dot. North. 3 dot.
We didn't need that 3 dot, we only needed a pair.
4 crack. Flower. Call. 3 crack.
Oh, too bad she doesn't have a joker up here. We could have done an exchange.
8 dot.
Oh, but you did get a joker.
3 dot. 7 dot.
And the reason why I kept that red dragon, I was in hopes of maybe a joker exchange if somebody puts up red dragons.
West. Green. Red. 6 crack. East. 7 crack. 4 dot. Call. East.
Oh, maybe we'll get a 4 dot.
3 bam. Green. 7 bam. 7 dot. 1 bam. 8 crack. 1 dot.
Linda, thanks for pointing out I did miss the 9 dot at the beginning of the game. So we're going to slide our joker into the 9 dot position. Now we're up to the red dragon we can get rid of.
8 dot.
And I'm going to move this joker to the 6 dot so that we are set with each of our groupings to be able to call each of these.
4 crack.
Meaning we need a pung of 6 dots, a kong of 9s, which we already have, and a pung of whites.
9 crack. Joker swap. West.
Oh, this is dangerous, but hopefully somebody will need this flower and then we can do a joker exchange. Nope, nobody. Bummer.
Red. 9 crack. 6 crack. 5 dot. 3 bam.
My next one, I am going to get rid of the flower because I want to make sure nobody's wait. Oh, yay. Now we're up for Maj. We need a white dragon or a 6 dot. I can move the
6
joker.
bam. Call. 5 bam. South. 7 crack. 4 crack. 5 bam. 1 dot. 7 bam. 5 bam. Red. 4 crack. 1 crack. Call. 1 dot. South. 2 crack. 1 bam. 9 bam. 5 bam.
Oh, this is a little dangerous. She could be playing 4, 5, 6, 7. You always should be figuring out somebody's hand, but you know what? We're 1 away, so we're going to give it a go.
7 bam. West.
Oh, that worked out well. Maybe she's playing 3, 4, 5, 6. I see there's another 7 out.
6 crack. 4 bam. 1 bam.
Oh, she also played 2, 4, 6, 8.
7 dot. 2 bam. Call. 8 bam. Joker swap. 3 crack. 6 dot.
Yay for us, Maj. We'll slide this over and we'll declare Mahjong right here.
Mahjong.
Yay. And again, this is a really great feature. You can look at each person. Marjorie, 2022 line, number 2 she was playing. She needed 4 tiles to Mahjong. Quentin is doing consecutive run, line number 2. He needed a whole nother grouping. He was missing a whole bunch of tiles. And Dottie was playing, oh, she was doing 2, 4, 6, 8. She was 4 tiles away also. You can show discards, which I missed the 9 dot earlier in the game. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. It's sometimes difficult to teach and do at the same time, but that's why I love when you guys chat in the chat and catch me on it. So yeah, I missed the 9 dot here. And then if you were looking for a tile, you're like, oh, what happened to this tile? You can look back and see. You could also look tiles remaining and be like, oh, there was only 6 tiles left, but look at that, there was a joker. So that's a good opportunity to play to the end and possibly win Maj. Just one of the things I wanted to talk about today, we're going to get out of this program, and I just wanted to end with letting you know again that this is a great site, and you are entitled to get 3 weeks trial from ilovemahj. I got a promotional for an extra week. So instead of 2 weeks, which is their normal free trial, you will get 3 weeks. So if you put in CB, the code CB in the promotional code when you log on, you can get an extra week. It's no payment. You don't need to put in any credit card or anything, so you can explore the platform on your own. It's absolutely free, no obligation, but please put in CB, so this way I get credit for it through their partnership program. And if you love it like I do, at the end you can just $6 a month or $60 for the year, and you can practice the exercises. Give it a go. It has so many great features that I'm going to be featuring throughout my videos that I do with my lives, the live clinic. I'm sure you're going to love it. So don't forget to put the code CB in the feature. Also, just another additional thing, I wanted to thank my supporters for giving for supporting me throughout my YouTube channel. I have lots of other videos on my YouTube channel. Please take a look around. Look below in the description after this video posts. You can see other things. If you want to join my supporters for free to help support my YouTube channel, please write comments in the comment section below. Leave a positive review by giving a thumbs up on the video, and tell your friends about the YouTube channel and my lives that we're going to have each week. Have them subscribe as well as yourself, and share my videos with your friends. There's a little arrow button below each video that you can share. And then you can also email me if you should have any questions at mahjongclass@yahoo.com. Also, if you're interested in taking lessons from me, you can also contact me through my email. So also connect with me through my YouTube channel. I have a website and Facebook. Everything is Mahjong Class, and I'm on Instagram and my email. And I'd love to hear any feedback on the lives and what you want to learn or how you want to improve your game. And I hope you picked up something of usefulness today. And I look forward to our next YouTube Live. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. And our next YouTube Live will be Tuesday, December 6th at 7 p.m. in the evening, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And thank you and have a great day.